I'm filming this intro after I've done the main video because having watched the main one back that's 25 minutes long, I can't be asked to redo it. However, what I will just do now is correct some errors. So, I haven't named any of the venues. So, when I say Reading, I mean the Face Bar. When I say Newcastle, I mean at Trillions with Dave Hills, who I love very much. When I say Bannerman's, I mean in Edinburgh, Scotland, and my dearly beloved Mr. Kimmett. When I say Bradford, I mean Night Train, the venue. And when I say Blackpool, obviously the Waterloo with Mr. Fletcher. So let me just start by saying that. And I also did not mean to say that Dig Lazarus sound like the Black Tree Vultures. I meant that band that Josh Homm's in. You can understand. I can't even remember it now. And I think that's corrected everything. So enjoy it. I didn't do the clap. Got rid of it. Finally. Welcome back to An Idiot's Guide. There's been loads go on in the last week or so since the last one. 2 weeks, whatever. Sometimes it's just not realistic for me to post bang on 7 days because there's been a lot of stuff happening, which is great for us, but, not so much for everybody else. Anyway, look. This is a quick one because one of the important things whenever we go out on the road, which is not as much as a lot of bands, and we don't play as many dates as a lot of others, but every time we do, we want to make sure that we've got really good bands with us, because a lot I'm not deluded in thinking that everybody in a venue is gonna come out and see us specifically, so you want to make sure you got some good bands with you and make sure the room is full and this type of stuff so everybody has a great time. But I spend a lot of time listening to and writing my own music. And when I'm with Jizzy, I spend a lot of time rehearsing or playing his, and we just did his album. I don't listen to too much other stuff and new bands of what's going on, today. There's a lot of bands I see on Facebook, but I can't say, I spend ages looking at them. And the great thing about, trying to find bands to sort of come out and get maybe another band the chance to play some venues up north or places they've never played before, it all works, it's all karma, man. It all works, all comes back round at some point. So, what I've been trying to think, who could I bring out? Who can I get to play with me at certain places? So the Crazy Cowboy being one, and Robert at the Forged in Thingy Initiative. These guys are really well tapped into some really good bands that are doing really fucking well, better than us. That, would be really good. And they suggested a bunch that would be really good to play with. So I've been sent quite a lot of bands to listen to and check out. And I've gone, some haven't worked out. In the sense of I'm not gonna be able to get you 300 quid to play for half an hour in a venue you've never there does seem to be some form of delusion that you can headline your own show in your hometown for £200 and you want that to come and open for half an hour in a place you've never been. You've got to understand your value. Fuck, I understand mine. Anyway, so where I'm at is the first band. I thought it would always be cool to take a band to Newcastle, Bradford, and Edinburgh with us. that had been dying to get up to those places. I don't think they've played them before. And it was a band, actually, that Carl and Lance had come across before. And they're fucking fantastic, right? Band called Circus 66. And so what I'm going to do, so I'll just start playing stuff, right?
What? You need to listen before midnight. Whatever you do.
Briefcase. Don't open it. Instantly, the Van Halen-esque drumming sells it for me. And then... It reminds me of that second Slash's Snake Pit album, which is fucking rad. And I didn't actually realise it was a female-fronted band until I listened. And she sounds like a rock Tina Turner. Yeah, well, Tina Turner is pretty rock and roll, but, you know... Brilliant, see? And you know, that's the beauty of this. I get to listen to all this new stuff, and it's really good. That's a song called Jekyll and Hyde, which they brought out in February this year. So they're gonna come and do Bradford, or Newcastle, Bradford, and Edinburgh with us. And we're fucking stoked about it because you know, they're on the Cowboy Festival as well, and that's perfect for us. It's got to be that, you know, fast-paced stuff, really, so it sort of matches us a bit. So that's, you know, banging. Can't wait for that. Because often, you know, I often become really quite fanish about a lot of bands we play with. Because it's nice to just get out of my own head and listen to other bands and what they're doing. So they're going to be on all three of our second block of three, so Bradford, or Newcastle, Bradford, and Bannerman's. I think we're still trying to find one opener to go on before in Bannerman's, but more on that. And then Reading, down south here, there's a whole great bunch of bands in our vicinity. And some great musicians too. You've got guys like Sam Lay, who's a great blues guitar player. You've got a band called the No Good Sons, who were an amalgamation of Junction 13, then the Hellfire Messiahs, which has, you know, and then you've got Bandits, Acid Claw, a bunch of, you know, we're all sort of friends in this area. But one band that's been around not a long time, but they just brought a brilliant new album out, is a band called Redhead, and we're all kind of friends with these kind of bands down here. And their new album, I think it's called Devil on Your Shoulder. Let me just check that. Their debut album, yeah, it must be. And the thing that I like about it is it says, in a world ravaged by selfies, memes, and duck faces, we're grabbing rock and roll by the collar and kicking mediocre in the balls. I've been kicking mediocre in the balls for 37 years. Not just musical. But anyway, Ellis and the lads are friends of ours, and it's really good that they can come to Reading, to the Reading show, and play with us there. And this is from this is Devil on Their Shoulder. Again, everybody seems to have really good videos.
I'm a devil on your shoulder.
person in a way. And they're the only band that I know of that bring their own lighting show to a gig. Well, they did at the pub once. And I've noticed down here, I don't know whether it's just our area, but we seem to be very heavy with the rock bluesy kind of riffs and intros to bands. I don't know what it was. We've all been like it down here. Don't know why it is. Maybe it's just because we're southern. Maybe our influences are the same and different. I don't know. But so that's Redhead, Devil on Your Shoulder, and they'll be in Reading with us. In Bradford, obviously, we have Circus 66 still. But Loz put me on to this fantastic lady. I say Loz. Alec. I don't know why I call him Loz. Alec put me on to this fantastic lady called Loz. Loz Campbell. And I've seen her. I think I've seen her live before, potentially at a festival or something like that. But like again, I've never really listened. And he said, you know, they're from the Bradford area or up north, which is, you know, it's all fucking the same. And I came across it, and I can't remember what the band is that it reminds me of. And that's the good thing if I can't remember, because it means it's unique. It's just different, you know. It's great three piece. I guess from the Cranberries or something like that. So anyway, fucking stoked she's coming out to do a show with us up in Bradford because yeah, it's great. Great hook, chorus, whatever. That's actually quite mesmerizing. You know, I have watched that before, and you just keep watching. So that's Bradford, which is awesome. And then I think in Newcastle we're just keeping it to the two bands, and then in Blackpool. I mean, there's a whole... We've got another festival to announce very soon, but there's a whole host of bands playing with us in Cambridge at the Rock Festival Club with Mr. Holland. But in Blackpool, we've got our old friends Dig Lazarus back with us, who we took out and went out with before the lockdown, just before Christmas. We took these. We were suggested by Josie at RPM. She said, "Oh look, I've got this band. They're really good. Would you consider taking them out?" And I listened to them, and I heard this song. Right, I know they've done stuff with Draper since, but I heard this song. And said yes straight away, just because I don't think there are any bands that sound like them. Yeah, there's the Black Tree Vultures or whatever they're called, influences in there. But you know, I'd not heard a band sound quite like that in their own way before, and then it turned out we took them out. They were lovely lads. The best bit about them was Kim, really. Ash was okay. The other two were fantastic. And Atkus's bass playing is just on another level. But I mean, fantastic lads, and we're glad that they're coming out to Blackpool to play with us, because they're gonna do really fucking well at some point, you know. And when they do, hopefully they'll give me the fucking respect I deserve. So that's Dig Lazarus. And then when I booked the gig at the Waterloo, Ian who I'd live and die for, as you all know. He suggested the band called Porcelain Hill that are from the States that are over at that time period, and I think obviously they wanted the date as well. And I played them, and what a contrast. I mean, I was hoping that maybe we could have done more dates with them, but it didn't line up in that way, unfortunately. But I mean, as a different vibe completely, this guy can play guitar like an absolute motherfucker. You know. Oh. You know, it's very well thought out, and I've watched a lot of them actually, just because, and it turns out they're friends with an old associate of mine over in LA, and I just love I just loved it from the beginning. A geezer can stand there and play guitar like an absolute bitch, and you know that's important, I think, you know, because you've got to. I always feel like you've got to be kept on your toes, because I'm a lazy bastard most of the time. So I always like to have. I mean, you've heard Loz Campbell and I think it's Annabelle from Circus '66, and actually everybody sing. You know, it's probably good that I've got people that can actually sing coming out to play for us, because rather than me standing there and yelling at them in a monotone voice for an hour, like, oh, bad day, you know. But still, Porcelain Hill, fantastic band. And then, because of the Forge Ahead initiative, it was really cool. We're going back to the Patriot, and the last time I was at the Patriot, I probably can't tell you what actually happened at the Patriot. But I understand now it's in new hands. But the Patriot used to be a gnarly place, and we used to have a great time there. In fact, one morning I remember the gentleman that was looking after us running around claiming he was having a heart attack because we'd had a rather heavy night. But nonetheless, we always got treated great up there, and it kind of we never went back there for. Well, I've not been there with the Hooligans, but I was there with Donny V. I was there with the Black Bullets. I think that was the last time, and that would have been about 5 years ago. So to hear it was open again, I really wanted to go back. And obviously, because of the good work that the Forge Ahead initiative. Craig, Robert, Jonathan. Although I don't know if it's Jonathan Craig, because it comes up differently on Facebook. Anyway, he managed to book the show for me, and he said, well, do you mind if some of my bands come on and play? And I was like, well, absolutely not. You know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander and all that. And actually, he's been really good in sorting out Circus 66 as well. And the first band we've got on there is the Tree Vultures. I think they've just they're playing main support here, but I think they've just got a new singer or something. I'm not totally sure, but it's again. Epic is what that is. always liked, you know, light and dark, and the, you know, being able to go, so, you know, like early, well, a lot of Metallica stuff, you know, being able to go, you know, quite, what's the word, light and wide, and then punch it straight down the middle. So I thought that was fucking brilliant. I always enjoy watching stuff like that. And then so that's the Black Tree Vultures. Like I say, I think they've just got a new singer, perhaps. I'm not sure, but I can't wait to see them because I know they're on one of Alex Fest's, and I've seen the name around for a while now. Perhaps I've seen them at Hard Rock Hell or something. But yeah, I really can't wait for that either. I just feel so fucking lucky that, you know, some great bands coming out to play at all these shows. Because the world's opening up. That's what it's all about, innit? And then on before them, there's a band called Cancel the Transmission, who I literally didn't know much about. I think they're local. And I was astounded by, again, another great voice. And these bands, a lot of these bands seem to be three-piece. Like Loz Campbell's a three-piece. And yet, to be able to play, you know, the whole, carry that off live is really difficult. So I'm looking forward to it. But this is Cancel Their Transmission. For any women, this gentleman has his top off. I mean, if you're me, see, if you're me, like, and I don't know how old these guys are, probably 20 something. But if you're me, you know, I love band. I mean, obviously, I've been in Warrior Soul, love hate or what. I love listening to rap and bands like that, and this, you know, sort of a higher pitched vocal. And those riffs straight out of like the 80s, 90s, but not, you know, but not tacky, not hair metal, like Sark at the Moon, you know, real. I fucking dug this straight away, so I just, and then a good chorus, you know. Yeah, they must be local to the Patriot because their backdrop is the Patriot. So anyway, yeah. Cancel the Transmission. Again, a new band. I'd not heard of them before, but it's, you know, again, psyched that they're coming out. I have to loop back because I forgot a band called the Wicked Jackals that are playing with us as main support in Reading. Can't believe I forgot this. And this was a band Alec put on, but I've seen the name before somewhere. Maybe they've played with us in Love Hate. I'm not sure, but I think they're local to Reading or London. I fuck knows, to be honest with you. But this is a song called "She's Gone to the Dogs." Now I did some. Actually, I'm not going to play that one. See, the first thing I saw was this 80s vibe. See, now that actually fucking will make the back, you know, the hairs stand up on the back. The way he sings, like, it just fucking nailed me from the beginning, actually, because I'm always somewhat, you know, dubious when you get an 80s vibe from a band. But that's, you know, but if you can sing like that, you can do whatever the fuck you want, as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, I just said yes within about 10 seconds of listening to a song. I mean, just I think that's just gnarly, man. That's fucking rad. You know, that fucking ticks all the boxes as far as I'm concerned. Like Circus 66, well, all these bands. I mean, can't single one out, but that ticks so many. That's just massive. So yeah, so that's who is coming out with us and playing and appearing at different shows, and you know, we hope that also a lot of these, everybody carries on, you know, and keeps moving after it and gets lots booked in the diary. So I feel really lucky that we got some great bands coming out with us, old fuckers. And I can't wait. Frankly, it's been too long. So that's 25 minutes of me rambling on about all these great bands. So yeah, and a lot of these bands I never met before. So hello, good luck, and thank you, Alec, and thank you, Craig or Jonathan, for all your help in getting us these bands over, because it really does make the whole thing. I understand there's also some bands. I'm not going to say bigger bands. I'm going to say more established bands. That have been around a bit longer, that are on tour. And I've noticed people typing, oh, we can't make your show because such and such playing. Well, fuck you. You're going to miss out, clearly. I've just proved it. All right, well, Idiot's Guide number 3, booking bands. We'll be back soon.